Well, the fold-out chair is all about finding the ex-players wherever they are. This doesn't seem right, though. A great Tiger, Tim Brasher, in the heart of Newcastle. Timmy, welcome to the Fan.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for having me, Vossy.
You're a long-time Novocastrian, though. It's not as if you just moved here lately. You've been here a decade, is that right?
I've been here 10 years, yeah. It's kind of came here by default. Met a lovely young lady and ended up marrying her, and I can't go back to Sydney now. Look at it. It's just too nice.
2 kids?
2 kids, yeah, a couple of weapons.
And your job right now, it is Tim Brasher, bookkeeper.
Yeah, as you can see here, I work for Booksmart Accounting Solutions, and you know, I crunch numbers and look after businesses and make sure their books are in correct order. Magnificent
career, can I say straight off? I mean, New South Wales, Australia, what you did in your first grade career, so many big matches, but can you just take us straight back to 1989? You are a school student at John Paul II at Marryong, and you're also playing in a grand final. That's a bloody big deal.
And I also had a fair bit of hair. So, hair aside, it was amazing. Obviously, made grade, was hoping to stay in 21s all year, but to get the call up to reserve grade and have a good run in reserve grade, and then Graham Murray, the late Graham Murray, pushed for me in the first grade. And to get in that team was just, I remember running out and going, that's Gary Jack, that's Steve Roach, that's Ben Elias, that's Wayne Pearce.
Yeah.
All my heroes when I was a kid. And to play with those guys, I think they really, having them in my team and really mentoring me, made me the player I was.
I have to ask you, can you remember much of your schoolwork around that? I mean, that's a pretty big distraction. Finals football in first grade and a grand final.
Well, you know, the schoolwork was okay, but I had a teacher there, Jan Davies, who was amazing. Like, she got me through the HSC and got me a great mark with all that football happening. And you know, even after the grand final, we had Stuvac, where I was in Hawaii with the boys. And she pulled me aside and really made me study after that, and I got a good result. But I couldn't have asked for a better first year. Like, you know, to walk around the school, and we had cameras come to school. It was amazing.
How do you look back on the '89 grand final now? With the passing of time, I know for many years, deep scars, you know, a shattering result, but it is remembered as one of the greatest grand finals of all time, and you're a part of it at 18.
Yeah, no, I remember just when I was coming into the grand final, I hadn't played against the full Canberra team all year. So, you know, they had, obviously, I was in the centres marking Mal Meninga. I was 78 kilo, I think he was 128 kilo. I'm sure he was scared of me. It's one of those things. They had an amazing team. You look at teams on paper, I think it was basically an Origin game, because there was that many good players out there who had represented it, and the game showed that. It was a very fast game for a 5-metre rule. Very proud to be a part of the game. Wish the scoreline was different, but there were so many little things in that game that didn't go our way. It wasn't meant to be.
It's a great lesson, isn't it, for young players to appreciate a grand final, because you never got to play another in your career.
Yeah, no, I had a chat down the Canberra reunion for the grand final this year, and sat at the table with Jack Whiten, and I actually let him know. I said, mate, I thought I was going to play plenty more. I think this is my first year. How good's this?
16th game in first grade, grand final.
Yeah, how good's this? And I played a semi-final the next year. I never made a final series after that.
Wow.
So 14 more years, I didn't play a final series.
Yeah. Look, your time with the Balmain Tigers, I suppose, you know, you had some good years at South Sydney, you finished up at the Cowboys, but if you could change something from your career, would it have been that you could play for the one club throughout?
Absolutely, and you know, the way that went down was pretty ugly. I'm not sure what happened there at the Tigers, and I was shattered the day that I got the phone call, but I was approximately 1 minute late to saying yes to a contract, and
wow.
And in the end, I ended up with South. But I'd actually signed with Canterbury before that, but they were still Super League.
Okay.
So I couldn't go there.
Yeah, big stock.
And South jumped on board, and I had to take it.
Can we talk Origin and wearing the blue jersey? Big matches, some great New South Wales sides, and you find your name in amongst them. That's got to be a tremendous thrill for you to look back on, a very proud achievement.
Yeah, I remember when I got picked in my first Origins, I was with my 2 best mates, Marty Moore and Phil Howlett, who both played first grade. And we sat in the car after playing a game of tennis and listened to the team come out, and just amazing feeling that you know, I made an Origin team, and then to actually play well in Origin. And for me, Origin was became my semi-finals.
Yeah.
Because I didn't make any semi-finals. My chance to win a trophy was playing for the Origin or playing for Australia at the World Cup or whatever. So I made sure that I excelled in those games. I loved it.
For Australia, there's great success at, of all places, Wembley.
Oh.
I mean, you're a World Cup winning try scorer. Outstanding games you played on that stage. It's one of the most famous stadiums in the world, and you got to experience it more than once.
Yeah, well, my first test was Wembley World Cup final. And I'm not sure if you remember, but bomb went up in the first 4 minutes. I swear I've never been scared of a ball in my life. I couldn't even see that ball. I dropped it. Lucky Stephen Huth jumped on it. They got a penalty. But after that, that was like my kind of kick up the butt to say, hey, mate, play well. And I had a really good game after that. And I love that place. And it's like Lang Park, they say. Yeah, Lang Park is a cauldron. New South Wales guys are scared of it. We love playing there.
Yeah.
Of course, the atmosphere was huge. It was, and if it wasn't good atmosphere there, you knew you're winning, because they'd go quiet.
Play to the silence, play to the silence. So that was 92. 95 is the World Cup final without the Super League players.
Yep.
So not a given that Australia would reign supreme, yet you did.
Well, we almost lost the semi-final. Remember, Matthew Ridge had a kick from the sideline to win the game.
They're heading for the corner. They're in. Kevin Iro scores. You'd have to think this to win it, but he's missed it. So we look like we're going into extra time. It'll be 10 minutes by 10 minutes.
Joey Johns is walking around in the in goal area going, everyone pray, pray. I don't care if you're not religious, pray. And Reggie missed it, and we won in extra time. So and then the World Cup final, we won that, and it was amazing. And got to score a try, which was pretty cool.
And it's back with Fittler. Now it's from Wisher into the hands of Carroll. Carroll back for Johns. Johns got a pass away. Kick by Brasher. That could well be a try for Tim Brasher. I think he's going to give it. He has. Tim Brasher has scored for Australia. 14 points to 8.
I'll sum up your life post-rugby league. Interesting. Interesting. A full-time professional golf caddy on tour in both Europe and America. How does that come about?
Well, I think rugby league, I needed a break. And I jumped on a plane and put all my stuff in storage, and I jumped on a plane to LA, and I had no plans. I bought a car. I was staying in Venice Beach in a hostel. I just wanted to meet people and become Tim Brasher again, not the football player. And, you know, I did 3 months around the US, ended up in Canada, knew a few friends up there, stayed with him for a while. We ended up buying a bar.
Bought a bar in Calgary, as you do.
I met a guy named Adam King, who's Adam Scott's best mate, who was a caddy. And because the nationwide tour came to, which is now Corn Ferry, came to Calgary. And from that, I ended up, Terry Price calls me and asked me to jump on his bag for Europe. Caddying is interesting. Of course, there's a lot of psych involved. A lot of, like, keep up, shut up for sure.
Okay.
Know when to say something, know when not to say something. The good days are fantastic. The bad days are horrible.
Yeah.
But, you know, it was really, I really enjoyed it.
With such a rich life of so many things, but rugby league being the central focus, what you'll be remembered for, what day from your career would you like to live again?
Oh, Dan, this is the hardest question I ever get, is your greatest moment. And
Well, I'm asking in a different way.
Yeah, same.
It may be just a first-grade debut. It may be anything.
But it's all of the above.
Ah.
So it's the grand final. It's my you know, we had a reunion from my under-15s, Harry Matthews, the other week. And I remember when the boys, Jason Stewart, who played with me, and Will Robinson, when they came out, because we were still training in in reserve grade, and they come out pumping their fists going, because they put the name on a first-grade team on the board, and they're going, Brush, you're in, you're in.
Wow.
So I get choked up about that now. It's amazing. But World Cup finals, every Origin, just love running out with the boys. Now, when Joey came into the Origin team, he brought a new vibe to us. We used to run out just screaming, woohoo! Like, just that feeling of the nervous feeling, which we encapsulated and turned that into a positive and played such great football. And then, you know, you go all through the golfing things and being in contention. Like with a guy, I'm not hitting the ball, but he's hitting it, but coming down the stretch, and we're a chance to win this last hole. If he eagles the last hole, we win. That's a pump too. But then, having 2 kids, that's amazing.
Tim, it's just a hell of a story. It's a great success story. Mate, who knows what's around the corner? We might have to reschedule another interview with you in 5 years' time to find out what you've done, remarkable things you've done since then.
Like the world's best bookkeeper.
That's what you've got to strive for. Thanks for coming on The Fan.
Thanks, mate.
Count the numbers. There we go, Tim Brasher.